There's a certain kind of brilliance that grows from defiance, the kind that says, "I will not be what you expect of me." For some, that defiance becomes the heart of their identity. It sharpens them. It gives them clarity. It gives them purpose. But over time, rebellion can become a prison of its own making. When your worth depends on standing apart, you start to confuse alienation with authenticity and conflict with truth. People like Candace Owens, or anyone who builds power through opposition, often find themselves trapped between ego survival and emotional survival. The ego says, "Stay loud, stay provocative," while their emotions remain psychotically apathetic. And that's the tension, the performer's dilemma, when the mask becomes more recognizable than the face beneath it. Applause starts to replace belonging. I will say that again. Applause starts to replace belonging, and outrage becomes oxygen. There's another layer too, the internalized contempt that comes from being told you don't belong, usually during childhood. Some learn to survive that pain by siding with power. It feels safer to wield the weapon than to be wounded by it again. So they constantly jump from one group to the next, wielding the sword, until another power becomes available. Then they turn against the previous group, but in doing so, they turn that same weapon inward. They cut away pieces of themselves until what remains is performance, not personhood. Candace has stripped away her personhood and become an object of derision. Self-sabotage, then, isn't always failure. Sometimes it's the psyche's way of saying, "I can't carry this contradiction any longer." It's not rebellion anymore, it's exhaustion. The real freedom comes when defiance no longer needs an audience, when truth is no longer shaped by who clicks, but by who we dare to become once the noise dies down, because in the end, the contrarian's greatest act of rebellion is not against the world, but against the mask they've been forced to wear.